It was back in 1997 that I left Holland to travel around the world, and as I've been fly fishing all my life, as from a little kid already, obviously I took my fly rod along. It was really upon coming to Chile, upon coming to Patagonia, that I knew this is the place where I wanted to be. It was the sheer beauty of the country, the spectacular rivers with fantastic fishing in it, but I think even more than that, the fact that there was nobody around. So in your mind you see yourself as a pioneer, you start to romanticize ideas. I can do something that nobody ever has done. So then I came up with the idea to build a fishing lodge, and really when I was able to buy this beautiful piece of property on the Rio Palena, I really thought about my base camp program. I really wanted to build one lodge with a few satellite lodges. And over the years that program worked out pretty well, with a bunch of very good guides, good equipment I could buy, but especially with a bunch of very good clients who come back every year. We started to develop our fishing program, and the area is very vast. It's very big and too hard to fish it well from one single place. So then my base camp idea really fell into place. Over the years I bought more pieces of property, one on the Rio Figueroa where we built our temple camp lodge, and one on upstream from our base camp lodge on the Rio Palena. So now, having those outpost camps, we were able to fish the whole area, all the way from the Argentine border to the ocean, which is a pretty large area. Right next to you, Harry. Right there. Look. Look, see the bamboo hanging over? Throw one at the bamboo. Good. Set. There you go. Leave it. Here he comes. Set. Atta boy. It's hard not to romanticize Patagonia. I've been coming here for seven seasons, and each year I think it's a bigger part of me. I can't imagine a better place to be a fisherman. It's not uncommon for me to float 40 miles of a river over the course of 3 days and not see another person, let alone another fisherman. And this landscape behind you, this hanging glaciers and craggy peaks and just these unbelievably thick forests, it's just surreal. It's really a surreal setting. And just miles and miles of untamed rivers, wild freestone rivers, sprinkled with lakes and lagunas, all of which that hold browns and rainbows that every fisherman would love to catch. When you factor in the fishing, it's an incredible spot because you don't see fish behavior other places like you do here. You don't see the predatory nature of the trout anywhere else that I've ever fished. And to watch a big fish chase down a streamer or eat a size 2 dry fly, I mean, where else does that happen? It doesn't happen anywhere else that I know of. And to watch a poorly presented fly drag across the surface and just get pounded by a big fish, that stuff doesn't happen anywhere else. It scares fish in other places, and here it makes them eat. And there's nothing quite like it. It's big fish and big flies and big country. I mean, it's big landscape, and there's nothing about this place that's easy except the fishing. It's a tough life. It's a kind of a rugged country, and everything's rock, and it's a difficult place to be, but it's an amazing place to be at the same time. And I've never seen anything like it. And I've seen the other side. I've seen Patagonia in Argentina, and it's a whole nother world. And I've fished extensively in the United States, and you can't match the solitude that we have here. And we're fortunate because we have so much water to choose from. Nothing compares to this, nothing. And each year I think, okay, I've seen it, I've done it, and this is it. And each following year I come back, and I don't come back because I have nothing better to do. I come back because I can't stay away from it. I mean, I just love it here.
My name is Craig Boyd. I was born and raised in Calgary, Alberta. I now reside in Bozeman, Montana, and I'm lucky enough to be down here at Patagonian Base-Camp as their director of fun and their whitewater specialist. What's unique about Patagonian Base-Camp is we have a lot of different waters with which to fish. One of the unique situations that we do have, as I was saying earlier, is the whitewater. We fish two different stretches of river, both the Rosselot and the Figueroa, that have class 4 and class 5 whitewater situations in them. And we're unique in the fact that we're able to provide folks the ability to fish in and around these waters and enjoy the whitewater as well as fish this pristine portion of Patagonia. In here, we're able to use specific rafts that we use for whitewater to get into these remote canyons. The rafts are situated with platforms to stand on as well as places to sit. So you're able to see a different view from the trout than you would from just fishing the bank. You're able to fish in and around back eddies and through canyons and get close to where the fish are without spooking them, making it a really unique advantage. It's a very visual style of fishing. Well, whether they're taking a streamer or they're eating a dry fly, and because of the boats that we're fishing out of, you can see the takes. The fish will come up to your beetle or to your dragonfly and they'll slowly sip it, which is a really unique part of the fishing here. These fish a lot of times are ambush feeders. They're waiting for something to fall in the water and they take advantage of that. So you'll have a fish that'll come a long ways to eat a big meal and they'll expend that energy in order to have that dragonfly or that beetle in their mouth.
The Cantara beetle is a very large terrestrial insect that we're able to fish throughout the season, starting about the third week of January and fishing it all the way till the second week of April. The fish are looking for that large terrestrial insect on the surface that they can eat. You know, they can eat one Cantara beetle versus 30 mayflies, and that's why you're not going to see a lot of fish looking up. But you know, if you drift that big insect underneath those beech trees or bamboo along the banks, you're definitely going to get an explosion, and definitely gonna make your day. And that's one of the more unique things that we have here. You know, the stonefly fishing here in Patagonia is kind of what kicks our season off. It gets our fish looking up in the springtime season, and what we get, our main hatch of stoneflies are the golden stoneflies, and those are our most single-handedly important stoneflies here in Patagonia. You know, the stoneflies will start migrating to the shore, and those trout will really start to key in on those nymphs, because the nymphs are crawling from the bottom of the rocks in the river and crawling onto shore to emerge. And so what happens is those trout really start to be pushed up on the banks and looking for those nymphs that are making their way to shore.
today we have puyes. Puyes are little fishes from here, from the area. They just come in the early spring and it's really difficult to have. It's the first season we have it here. Then I'm very proud to have it in your table. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Being able to offer this diversity to our clients, which actually are not clients anymore, they're just friends, they come back every year. We are able to offer such a fantastic variety in the fishing. And now living here after all those years together with my wife Carolina, having our friends visiting us and our little girl Elena and a new baby on the way, it's just a fabulous way to spend your life, I think. It's so beautiful here, we're very happy to be able to live here and I think very fortunate also.